So I'm going to talk about my ex-Mrugesh Patel, who was a weird man to begin with. He almost forced himself in my life. He played a street theater by asking all my classmates and all the staff members in the college not to talk to me. He gave the most hateful look. And I didn't even know my own roommate was on this. And one day, like when I wasn't talking with anybody, and they were not talking to me, so it was bizarre. And one day she just asked me, like, Monty, do you now will you talk to Mrugesh? I'm like, the way she said now was the clue that all this was a setup. And the way she took his particular name was very weird, because I wasn't really talking with that person. And more so I was avoiding, because somebody had warned me about that person. Like saying that, do you even know who this person is? And he just gave me the hint that this person is not right. So anyways, I had no clue what kind of person was he, but now that I read this person's birth chart, I'm figuring out his involvement in witchcraft, how he actually gave me the black thread back then in college, saying that, oh, this will protect you from evil spirits. But so many times, like, he gave me a hint that if I leave him, then I just have to see that he will destroy my life and he will kill me and all that kind of stuff. And even when I came to US, he used Hiran Patel's brother to again give me a death threat. And then of course in 2010, using witchcraft, he tried to kill me. And even before all this, he non-stop sent boys after boys to propose me, just to test me, or he was just out of his mind, or he wanted very hard to set me up with somebody. And I don't know the purpose, but now it's coming clear that how BS his chart is. And you just study all these conjunctions, like though he has Saturn and Mars conjunction, and that itself is very it's like it's continuous fight between the Saturn and Mars going on, and it kind of explains his volcanic explosion, his mind, that he cannot keep his cool, although he never showed it to me, but he was displaying by all his street theaters, his how his Ketu and Venus conjunction. Ketu is like this headless body, and Venus is conjunct with Ketu, so it's making him blind in love. And not only that, it gives kind of distant relationship, and it also gives him the tantra kind of love, or as it says here, Ketu takes them in different side of love, and that is tantra love. These people are into tantric side of love, so maybe he's into some witchcraft, and which is what I have already experienced in 2010. And of course now, with the help of government and everybody, he's able to, and everybody, like, he has told whatever he has been spreading about me. And of course he has been reading minds since 2001. I mean, literally said it on my face, oh, I wonder what you're thinking, you know, I would like to read your mind. And once he said, oh, you have like whole coating of mine. And I'm like, back then I didn't understand, but I just used to see all the synchronizations that he used to do, and more so dictation that he used to do. So anyway, so that is that. And if I see his let's see if I can pull up his Okay, that's the no man's chart. And regardless of where the planets or which house they are in, but if I just see at all these conjunctions that he has, the moon and Mercury, that is no good. Sun and Mars, that is again no good. And Ketu and Venus. And more so to these two conjunctions, Ketu is kind of looking at both these conjunctions, and while Venus itself is in conjunct with Ketu, so he has, like, if he has some volcanic explosions in his mind going on, and given the Ketu is eyeing at this, he's not gonna feel anything when he's gonna stab someone. So, and I have, like, literally he tried to burn me alive over a matter of 25 rupees back in college in 2001 too. And I can't believe, first he made sure that I was insulted by my own landlady, and then he asked the maid to turn on the gas but not really light it up like the stove. So the gas was leaking while I went up, and if I would have just turned on the lights, I would be, you know, set on fire. So it was very evident how all this he was doing. And, you know, even when I rejected him, or like not rejected, but I was kind of ignoring this person, and the way I just got chicken pox, it was like, you know, almost like an acid attack on me. Well, I consulted a black magician after all these years, and I was like, oh yeah, black chicken pox and all this is possible via black magic. So yeah, I was scared. And now that it is, ever since I had my severe targeting since 2015, I have gotten like thousands and thousands of cuts on my fingers, especially when somebody visits my house. Why you didn't do this, or why I did this, or why I said this, or why I wore that, or it's like continuous, like every second, or even by taking out so many eyelashes and eyebrows for at least the first 2 years. He did that a lot. And I wonder, all these eyelashes and eyebrows that he was taking out, I used to find in bizarre places, like, you know, just sitting in the, that's my eyelashes that he removed back in on May 8th, 2016. Eyebrows and eyelashes. And okay, that is same. Alright, so and I used to find like this eyelash 1, 2 every single day on my bed in the morning. So look how many. And then even during shower, like every 1 or 2 used to come off, and it had become a norm, like everyday thing. So, but to find an eyelash on a dining table, like if he didn't want that I serve something, then he used to just take off the eyelids, and it's just sitting there on the dining table, like on the mat. And it's so weird, like how did it even get there? And sometimes if I just touch my hubby's face, the eyelashes just sitting on his cheek, on my hubby's cheek, you know, the way, you know, for a directed energy weapon to remove an eyelash and just to sit there on a face. Or even I've had eyelashes that I found from behind my ears. Now, how is that possible? And every time I used to go to the doctor to get my eyes checked, he never found any eyelashes actually coming off. He said that all the eyelash, the lines looks good. And think about it, how thousands of eyelashes for 2 years, that 2-3 years actually, that man removed. How is it possible without a witchcraft? You know, witchcraft is the only answer to all this. And of course the number of all these insects that started cropping up in my house right when my chart getting started, and not just anywhere randomly, but these insects used to show up right in my path wherever I used to go, or whenever he wanted to stop me from doing something, you know. And it just used to crop up exactly during like the spot is like the bizarre, you know. It's like whenever I and my hubby, we used to have get intimate every single day, like not every single day, but even if, like, say after a month we got intimate and I found the spiders, the centipedes and all this just lying on the nightstand, on my nightstand side for most part, or some spiders just hanging right over my sink. And sometimes all this is coupled with the removal of eyelashes and cuts on my face, not even on my fingers, on my face. So now let's see my chart. All right, so this is my chart here, and if I look at the what do you call the definition of the Abhichar or the witchcraft is Hantukam is the death wishing, the spirits who attack the native wishing to kill him with an intent of total destruction. And Rantukama or Ratikama is sex wishing, the spirits who attack the native wishing to indulge in enjoyments, especially sexual enjoyment. And then there is Bhoktukama, Bali Kama, sacrifice wishing, the spirits who attack the native wishing to get sacrifices and oblations. So Lagna Lord has Drishti of Badakesh, then it is Rantukama or sex wishing. So my Lagna Lord is this. So that's my Lagna, and the Lord is Venus right there. And it has Drishti of Badakesh, and in my case Badakesh is Saturn because it's the Lord of the 9th house, and this is the Badak Sthan. So the Drishti of Lagna Lord, which is Venus, with the Saturn, that is Badakesh, and sitting in the 6th house, that actually gives Rantukam or sex wishing. If Badakesh, Lord of House of Harm, has aspect of 6th or 8th lords, it is Hantukama. So Badakesh in my case is Saturn, has aspect of 6th or 8th lords. So it is sitting with the 6th lord, which is again Venus. So that's again Hantukama or death wishing. And if no planets in Badak Sthan, and Badakesh also has no drishti of other planets with some other planets, then it is Bali Kama. Well, I do have the drishti of the Lagna and Lagna Lord, so it really, Bali Kama does not fit me. And I have actually experienced these things because thanks to my ex, who just wanted to you know, destroy me continuously ever since he came in my life. And you go like, what is wrong with this person? But now you know, after studying his chart, that how effed up his own astrological chart is, and rather his mind is. You see how Ketu is eyeing his moon, and it's Ketu is a headless body, and the moment it comes with moon, it's gonna give like depression. And this person, such a person whose mind is so much detached, he's not gonna feel anything while stabbing there. And all these things, and all this, I'm sure he's getting a lot of frustration in his own married life because of this, and how Saturn and Mars, I'm sorry, especially Mars, is eyeing this particular combination, and it's making it even worse for him.